各位听友大家好，欢迎收听宅宅下班中又一个非常奇怪的特别计划。要算特别奇怪吗？不能说特别奇怪，但是应该是说我想做这个系列很久了，就是我一直很想要访问国外，如果假设可以碰到宅宅们的话，我想要跟他们有一些访谈，但是因为取决于因为我的英文真的不是很好，然后再加上其实碰到的宅宅们大多还是偏向于日本的就是流行的作品，然后再加上就是要大家配合一个时间点，其实有点难。那刚好我阴错阳差的，如果有人有兴趣的话，可以去听我那时候在2024年的时候，我在12月的时候我去参加了一个叫做 Manga Barcelona 的一个节日。那我跟大家讲了就是我对于那个节日就是我玩的多开心，而且我觉得台湾人都会非常享受那个就 Manga Barcelona 这个活动。那我有做那个节目，那当然我会去的最主要原因呢，就是浦泽直树。那浦泽直树我去这个 Manga Barcelona， 那我因此在这个节目上应该说在这个活动上面，我认识了一个好朋友，他名字叫做 Julia。那他是从西班牙来的，就是没有啦，巴塞隆纳就是在西班牙没有错，但是他是从西班牙的其他地方来的。那因此，但是我认识了他，因为他也是浦泽直树的，就是一个 big fan 这样子，所以我真的很开心的是，那我这一次刚好在旅行中，我从葡萄牙然后来到了西班牙的北边，然后找到了他，那跟他一起就是录了一个简短的节目，但是我发现他准备的很认真，所以我本来预计会录10分钟，但我不知道会不会最后变得很长。那如果很长的话，我也很开心。那如果假设英文听不懂的，那我也不知道怎么办，但是听说 YouTube 上面可以做那个 subtitle， 然后你就可以用 AI 去翻译，那大家就自己去看怎么做，听不懂就算了我也不知道，反正大家就是我不可能教人家学，就为了这样这个节目学中文，但就希望跟大家分享一下，找到同好。那想知道我跟Julia怎么样认识，然后跟我们那时候多么的快乐，然后还有我们看浦泽直树的那个心情有多么的激动，那可以去听我之前有一集就是宅朝圣去在讲曼嘎巴塞隆纳的那一集，真的超级快乐，我真的是已经就是那是一个梦想实现的瞬间，就是真的是 dream come true 的那种程度，就是如果有人想知道的话，那可以去听那一集。好的，那我接下来就是整集节目都会用英文访谈，那我的英文很不好，所以如果我英文讲得很差，就是大家骂我好不好，就是我英文如果真的很烂的话，就请大家原谅。那反正重点不是英文，因为同好的心情是跨越语言的。好，那我不小心讲太多了，那我现在就是等一下会就是请Julia就是她自我介绍这样子。好 ，Hello Julia。
Hello, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Julia, but on social media actually people call me Naru Minatsue. On social media, yeah, and I'm an artist here in Spain. I work doing illustrations, and now I'm currently working on my own comic. So let's see what happened. Thank you for having me here in your podcast. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this.
Okay. Yeah, I will also post your link to your webtoon and your comic books and your Instagram on the signal on our episode, and I hope everyone can know more about you. And also, I think it's a really interesting, really special time that you can, it's like a good time to expand the different tastes, internationally. I think it's a really good opportunity. But first of all, my listeners in Taiwan, please you still need to learn English. Just a bit, okay? Just a bit. I think it's okay. Okay? And so this episode will be focusing on a lot like some introduction from Julia, and also we will talk about that how we get to Urasawa Naoki. Urasawa Naoki 就是浦泽直树。那因为我是用英文跟人家对话，所以我都会用 Urasawa Naoki 然后来讲浦泽直树，所以也许有一些人知道他的日本发音的话，就是那 Urasawa Naoki 就是浦泽直树。I'm telling my listeners that because Urasawa Naoki sensei, there is like the Chinese handwriting of his name, and so in Taiwan, so we have our pronunciation of his name instead of the Japanese pronunciation. So in the Chinese handwriting pronunciation is called 浦泽直树, 4 words. So that's why I explain that. So, but I can't say 浦泽直树, but because I think you don't know, and it's harder to continue our talk. So, okay. So, actually, Julia is doing this episode so serious than I expected, because I listed some questions for her, and she made a lot of the script for the answers. I said, okay, I think I can pass the microphone to you, and you can do the whole episode yourself. I think, yeah, actually, it's a really good time to have a talk with Julia. Especially, I think we spent 2 nights and talking about that, how we feel about we delve into the characters of the monsters and the 20th century boys, and also the advantage of Urasawa Naoki. Yeah. So, but actually, I still want to start from the very general question, because that's how the Spanish people start reading manga or reading comic books, because there are so many word vocabulary about comic books. So manga is mainly for the Japanese comic books, but when we say comic books or graphic novels, and sometimes they are similar, or they are the kind of similar concept here. But at least with your experience, how did you start reading the manga, or how did you start from reading the comic books when you were young or when you were already an adult?
So I think it's similar in Taiwan. Actually, we started at least people in the 90s that were like my age, started with Dragon Ball in the TV, and Saint Seiya and Sailor Moon, those kind of... Yeah, exactly. I think they are the same in all places. I don't know why. But yeah, with the time, there was a magazine. I remember a magazine when I was a little kid called Dibus, which means drawings, little drawings. Oh, yeah. And it was a magazine for kids who were young artists, and they had a little collection of books that teach manga to the little kids. Oh. And I started collecting them with my father. So I went to the bookstore and I started reading, learning how to do manga. I was watching anime, but I wasn't drawing. Reading manga. I was drawing manga, but I wasn't. The difference. I wanted to watch TV and watch Sailor Moon doing things. I wanted to be like Sailor Jupiter in the time. But I was drawing manga, but not reading manga. It was later with my math teacher, who gave me a present of Yazawa, I think it's the name of the mangaka, the Nana. Not that one, another one called Princess Ai. That was my first manga. Oh. Yeah, but I don't remember myself reading a lot of manga. It was mostly anime. Yeah.
Okay. I also have a question, because do Spanish parents think reading mangas or reading comic books is a bad habit?
I don't think most of them think it is a bad habit, since most of the Spanish kids don't usually like to read. Oh. They usually like to play sports mostly. Oh. So it's not common that the classmates like to read. So when you have a kid who likes to read, you don't care about if it is comics or if it is a novel. You don't care about that. That's not the case for every kid. There are some parents that are more traditional, so they think that's
just a habit, and it's not good or bad.
No, it depends. My parents didn't care at all, because I was a reading kid. I liked to read anything, but yeah, I think it's not a problem. Here in Spain, we have our traditional comics. With our normal comics here in Spain, so it makes no difference the art style,
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the reason why I asked is because when I was young, and I think a lot of readers, especially the comics, manga readers, and of my generation, also suffer from their parents, their I won't say discrimination, but okay, it's like a kind of discrimination. And because they think the reading comic books is a bad habit, and so they, like my parents, actually I was not allowed to read comic books and manga even from the rental store. And so I can't read any of them, just only when I pop to the library, and then I can read them when I was there in the library. But when I go back to my home, I was not allowed. And even anime, I was allowed to watch animes until I was in junior high school. So when I was younger, I was not allowed. So I don't know. My parents were a bit strict, and my father also said once that because I also bought some manga myself. So my father say, so if you still continue reading your comic books, I will burn them out. Yeah, and I don't know how I got the encouragement and my bravery to say it back. I say, okay, you can just burn them. If you burn one volume, I will buy one after in the future. If you burn a pair, I will buy a pair back when I grow up. And so they didn't do anything to my comic books, but I think it's pretty a common thing in Taiwan, because our parents, the value system is thinking studying is better. I think probably like the sports are more common, so probably they don't think it's I don't know, because you also have your traditional comic books, right? I don't know, but that's what I experience, and also some of my friends experience. But actually, interesting so far, because, my generation grow up, and so they become parents, and so they try to promote manga and comic books to their children. But, nowadays, children don't read comic books that many. They watch like Instagram or like some the social media, and also the entertainment from like Netflix or other mainstream. And so actually less and less people read comic books anymore. Not anymore, but I mean more. So it's a sad.
Yeah, it's exactly the same here. People it's having too much time on Instagram and things like that. I think they are reading more webtoons actually than but yeah, it's not common. One thing that I don't know if it's the same in Taiwan, but when I was little, there are some special kids who are the one who read manga, and the other ones like make fun of them,
Oh, like you are a nerd.
Exactly, that stereotype. But right now, I will say, normal people, the normies, are watching anime too. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, because you like the things you used to bully with me, But yeah, that's the thing that changed the most right now. But now people is not reading that much.
Yeah,
it's in this case the same. Yeah,
true. Yeah. Okay, I can understand. So it's a shame that I can't share my habit to the younger generation. But they also have their fashion, they have their habits. So I was unhappy when my parents forced me to study. So I won't force the younger generation, but just feel like, oh, it's a pity. Okay, fine. It's just my personal opinion. So I'm not judging anyone. Okay, not judging anyone. So actually, and then when you grow up, and then I also wonder. So you usually often read mangas, or just until you read the Urasawa Naoki sensei's works. And then you start.
I mostly read only Urasawa works, but it's my special case. I don't used to spend so much time reading in general or watching TV in general. Actually, I don't watch TV almost never. I spend most of my time drawing. That's the thing I like the most. That's my job. That's my hobby. My boyfriend also draws, and it's also his job and his hobby. So we don't spend too much time reading or watching TV. So when I do it, I want to watch and read something that is good.
Oh, yeah.
maybe that's the reason I only read Naoki Urasawa. No, we were talking earlier about I didn't like the popular ones like Naruto or Death Note. I know they are popular. Yeah. I appreciate what they are, but I don't connect with them. Yeah. I think Urasawa has did a great job connecting with people with his manga. It's more personal. I don't know how to explain it, but I think I know him. It might be very weird to say this, but I think I know Urasawa through his work. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it. There are some themes that are repeated on each manga. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed that.
As manga, nowadays becomes a very commercial product. I think sometimes you can't see the whole mangaka, through their book works, but you still can see a part of them. And if you read through all of a mangaka's works, not only the very beginning one, but also, the following one, especially when he becomes so famous, and so he can decide the following narrative and the following storytelling, and then I think you can delve into and see the mangaka's taste, and then you will say, this is what I want to see. That's what I love and what is get to my taste. So I think I don't know, but that's what Urasawa Naoki, just expanded my horizon, because when before I turned up 16 years old, and I only read like One Piece, Naruto, the kind of the famous one, and the shounen, the manga. And I thought, okay, they are good, they are very compelling, they are attractive. But since I read Urasawa Naoki's works, and I realized, oh my god, they are different. Because actually I can understand, because Urasawa Naoki Sensei's works are mainly for the adults, instead of the teenagers. But actually nowadays I think the boundary becomes more ambiguous, unclear. But and I think mainly the adults read manga instead of the teenagers. Yeah. But I remember it's his works just blew my mind, and I was so mind-blowing, and it's so compelling, because I started reading his Monster, and it was a very I don't know, my English is so bad that I can't describe it. But so I'm also curious, how did you pick up Urasawa Naoki Sensei's works, and how did you explore his world, his universe?
Yeah, I actually discovered Urasawa through a friend of mine who was older. I think I was about 20 years old. And I think my friend noticed that I drew in a manga style, but I didn't consume as much manga or anime as the rest of our friends, no. Because I didn't fully connect with most of them, as I said. So I remember my friend told me, have you ever read 20th Century Boys? And I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, okay, read it. Trust me. I was fascinated. I was fascinated. I think it was because I was a more mature girl than my friends. And my friend noticed. He was older, but he noticed I don't want to say I was different. I just wanted. I always liked the thriller movies. Thriller movie like Seven, like The Game. I have a old man spirit inside me. I feel like an old man instead of a young woman.
Honestly, that's what my friend said to me. He said, "Oh, you have a taste of the middle age." I said, "What are you talking about? You can say that again." And then they say, "Oh no, I mean you have a good taste." But okay, I know what do you mean.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened to me. So yeah, I discovered 20th Century Boys, and years later, I discovered Monster, and I just wanted to marry that man. So it was a shame he was already married.
Did I say the same thing to you before?
Yeah.
Did I?
Probably.
Because I remember when I was young, I was in my senior high school, and I realized, oh my god, this mangaka is so amazing and so perfect, so phenomenal. So I must marry him. And then I think just very, very soon after, I know, okay, he's already get married. And also, he also has children. Okay, fine.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We are not jealous. Don't worry.
We're not jealous. Just, staring at that woman. And I'm not saying I hate her.
We're joking. It's not real. I mean, maybe it's real, but no, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. I'm joking.
Yeah. So I also told my listener that the first man that I want to get married is Tema. And the first man I want to get married in the real life is Urasawa Naoki. But however, my dream can't come true. So it's a shame. But okay, sorry, carry on. Move on.
It's okay. I say what I had to say. It's okay.
Okay. Actually, I think your friend has a really good taste. And how I met Urasawa Naoki sensei, I think it's nearly similar. Nearly the same, because I remember when I was in 1 year before I read Monster, and I remember my friend in junior high school who was a boy as well, and he said, have you ever watched Monster, this anime? I said, oh no. And that's it. That's the end of our talk. And then 1 year after, and when I popped to a rental manga store and I realized, oh, okay, I saw Monster. I remember someone suggested me to read it. I said, okay, just let me try it. Oh my god! And then I'm still in this hole, and I've never escaped. I've never get rid of it. Since then, I said, oh my god, that boy, that boy is my, okay, he's not my destiny. Urasawa Naoki sensei is my destiny. So actually, I forgot the boy's name. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So that's. I think I've been talking these things several times in my episode. But if someone is interested about my history, it's not a special history. I think it's the same. But actually, most girls don't read his manga. Yeah, at least in Taiwan. I don't know why, but some of my friends who read his works, but not I don't know. I think his works are very popular because the publisher, still republish the different edition for his works, and now they are going to republish the Master Keaton. Yeah. But, however, when I ask my friend, but most of them have never read Monsters, or at least not as a big fan as I am. So I feel like a bit lonely. And then, so that's why I popped to Barcelona myself. And then what happened, you already know what happened. Yeah. So that's why I'm so happy to meet you. It's like a destiny. It's also a destiny. Yeah, it truly is. I also wonder, because I told about that how Urasawa Naoki sensei works affect me a lot. But I also wonder how his works affect your life. I don't know if it's like too heavy, so heavy to say this, but at least for me, to me, it's not heavy and it's not very dramatic or like I'm exaggerating, because I already told you that when I went through the lowest point, the darkness in my entire life, and how 20th Century Boys saved me, and how I was supported mentally by Urasawa Naoki sensei's works. And so and also Monster is also a trigger. I booked the flight from Taiwan to Prague. So I think I can say, in my opinion, for myself, Urasawa Naoki sensei changed my life. I think I can say that. But I remember you also say that your story, how you create your story, is also affected by him, and also something else. And also he helped you to go through your darkness as well?
Yeah. I think we have the same story, but in different countries.
Different way, yeah.
He also saved my life. I won't say he changed. I will say he saved my life. When that friend recommended me 20th Century Boys, I was at my lowest point too. I was with a panic disorder and agoraphobia, so I had suicidal thoughts. I think the only thing that kept me going was reading 20th Century Boys and drawing my own characters, and those characters are the one in my comic right now. So yeah, I was reading that and I was thinking, I want to do this. I want to do the same. I want to draw my characters. I want to keep reading this manga. I want to keep reading his manga. And I was deeply invested in all his work. So yeah, his art accompanied me through my therapy process that year.
Yeah.
I'm still afraid of traveling alone, but I could say I'm healed now, probably because of that. So yeah, it affected me a lot. Now I'm a stronger person. I love being alive. I love living, meeting people, and talking about Urasawa, and knowing there is people in this world that has a similar story than me. Yeah. It feels less lonely.
Oh my God, I can so relate. I remember that when I hated the whole world that moment, and I hated everyone. I hated myself. I hated my family. I hated everyone, everything, every item. I hated my job, everything. But I read his manga. Oh, not only his manga, but also others' manga. But actually, 20th Century Boys give me a lot of encouragement. And Monster is also a very compelling works which distract my stress as well. So I realized that if there are still something, so beautiful, so amazing existing on this earth, probably I can still keep some hope, I can still keep connected to this world. So I can understand that's what you say. You say the therapist. Yeah, it's like I think remedy, like just like a kind of the treatment. It's like a self-treatment, and it's very hard to explain this thing if you have never experienced anything like this. But that's why I feel like so connected with you and so bonding. Okay, sorry, we are holding our hand. We are crying. Okay, and so okay, so let's move on his works more. And actually, I also wonder, because I think we have been talking about a lot of his like compelling storytelling narrative and how he created his characters, and so I just wonder if you have any like specific moment or like any characters that you just in his stories that they just take over a corner of your brain. You just can't get rid of them. I don't mean the bad way, but probably also a bad way is okay, because honestly, in 20th Century Boys and the Monster, there are so many horrifying scenes as well. So do you have any like specific the plot that you remember, you keep in mind?
Mostly Monster in general, like the whole plot. He has it's a dark story, but I felt when I read it, I've experienced like it was an ode to life. Like I wanted to live after reading it. I really connected with Temma and his will to live. I remember that moment he was saving that kid. I don't want to spoil anyone, no? But when he saved that kid...
Oh, that's fine. I think because we are talking about Urasawa Naoki Sensei's works, so if you are worried about like any spoiler, just stop this episode, because we will be the spoiler all the time, because we are gonna delve into the characters and the story, the plots, and even the dialogue. So it's very hard, and it will stop, and it will be a like barrier of our past. So just if you have never watched or not read the manga, any of his manga, please stop and read them, okay? Read them. That's it. Okay, sorry to move on.
No, it's okay. I think the same. Stop this. Why are you here?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Yeah, we are not, we don't matter, okay? We don't matter. His works matter, okay? We don't matter, okay? Don't listen to us. Read his manga. Okay, that's what I say. Sorry.
Read our husband manga. So yeah, I remember that conversation Temba had with that kid. No, he said like the world, it's a good place. Tomorrow will be a good day. No, I promise it will be. And you know what? He's right. We had really dark moments, and here we are having our best time. I also love the moments when Tema is just having dinner or eating with other people. It's so calm. He looks so happy just to be there, sharing food. I like to share food. Maybe it's because I'm Spanish. I don't know if it's something typical outside of Spain. Yeah, we have tapas, so that's exactly what I like to do. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, tapas are so amazing. We are doing this episode in Oviedo. This city is so amazing. Please, Taiwanese, come here and read more manga, please. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, Barcelona and Madrid are great cities, but they are too crowded. There are too many people, so Spanish people.
Too expensive.
Yeah, too expensive. Yeah, this place in Asturias, it's a really nice place to be. So, which one I was thinking? Yeah.
Director and all that.
No, it's okay. No, it's
Sorry.
okay.
My bad.
I was thinking about that moment with that kid and the other kid who wanted to play that game in the building.
Just unfold the balance and then it says this world is awful and we don't have any hope. But I think Dita, right? The children, the children with Tema say that tomorrow will be better. In our language, it say tomorrow will be better.
Yeah, I remember that moment. It was like watching Tema versus Johan in different people, in two different kids. And I remember clearly that kid saying, I don't want to die. Because if I die, I won't see Tema never again.
Yeah.
I won't play football even again. I want to play football. I want to eat that thing I really like. I think that's what I like the most about the manga. It's a dark story, but it has like little moments of the real life. That's where the joy of life is. You know, having little moments. I don't expect to be happy all days in my life, but I want to have happy little moments through my life. Those are the moments I will remember. I remember Eva, Tema's ex-girlfriend, saying at the end of the manga, like, we are built in a special way because we forget the bad things. And that's so true. That's true, totally true.
Could you please say that tomorrow will be a good day in Spanish?
Yeah, of course. I remember perfectly that part. Mañana va a ser un buen día. Te lo prometo, Dieter.
I really want to say it, but it's too difficult. So I think everyone listen to it, and that's it. But okay, I can understand because it's. I remember that plot and their talk as well. But for me, it's like when I went through the lowest point, and that's what Kenji said to his partners, and he said that if you are scared, it's fine, and you can just get rid of everything. You can escape. Don't die, and don't. It's fine, and it's okay that you feel scared and you are in fear. It's okay with your fear, and then I don't know. It's just like, because in my culture, it's like if you cried, especially in an official occasion, and it's not allowed because you express your personal emotion very publicly, and you disturb others with your emotion, and usually it's inappropriate. So when I worked, and if I feel really frustrated, if I cried, and then my seniors, my colleagues will say, just don't cry here, and then you just go to the corner and don't cry in front of me. Like kind of they just go like this, and it just like feel like my fear is not allowed, and everything, my emotion is not allowed. But what Kenji says, really safe and change my mind. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to escape. It's not a shame. We are just human being. So that's what but not only I know that not only this plot, not only the plot that we are talking about, it's so many plots and there's so many dialogue. So we are just talking about that something we just pop in our mind for now, but I think we still have more. Yeah. And any characters I also wonder, but because actually the characters, Urasawa Naoki since he created, so I don't know, so fascinating, so attractive. And if you want to choose one, or at least 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Okay, all of them. That's the end of the talk.
Yeah, I think any Urasawa fan will say the same. But I think Tema is my husband too. We can share him, but we can talk about it later.
Can I share this episode to your boyfriend? Is it okay?
Yeah. He knows perfectly well what's happening. So don't worry.
He's a really good boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a really good boyfriend. He knows he's not real, so that's not a problem for him. But yeah, I think I like him because I can relate to him a lot. I think life is important. It doesn't matter if you are a good or a bad person. I don't want to be the bad person killing someone or making someone having a bad time. I want people around me to be happy. Maybe because I wasn't happy all my life, I want people now to be happy. I want to be the person I needed when I was a child, I think Tema also became that person he maybe needed when he was little. Because I remember one chapter when he was a little kid and he was scared playing with some kids. Yeah. I don't know, just as theory, But yeah, I think Tema is my favorite and Grima.
Oh.
Damn. I won't cry. It's okay. Nothing happened.
Yeah, we are not crying.
He's okay. I don't want to spoil again, but I'm okay. He's alive. He's okay. He's having a really great time drinking wine, eating cheese, all those things he said he wanted to do with his kid, Tim.
And finally, he knows how to cry, how to smile, and he knows his emotion. Oh my God. Do you remember the demo I gave it to you? That was the Urasawa Naoki Sensei's exhibition in 2016. And I traveled to Japan with only 3 days off, but finally I still popped there for the exhibition. And also I remember they put the original script, the original one, the drawing. Yeah, the drawing one, for the chapter Grimmer died. Oh my God, I was so tearful that moment. Yeah, how
you have a lot of panel to choose.
Yeah.
You didn't have to choose this one.
Why you choose this one? Okay, I know why, and I appreciate it, but I don't like it. Okay, I like it, but you, what you the hell, you the mother. Okay, fine. Anyway, sorry. I don't know how to do the the bleeping for what I said, but I think I didn't say something too far. No, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I think no one understands my English, so that's fine. Yeah, but Grimmer is truly a unforgettable character. I think most reader who have read all of the volumes of Monster will never forget him. He is and he even didn't appear. He didn't pop up in the very beginning. Yeah. And I think he appeared from the health of the story. And oh my God, it's very hard to delve into this character because there are so many like that's your acting leading to your trauma and how you are traumatized and also affect your relationship with your family and also sometimes it's also related to the background and with the Second World War II and everything. So that's why A Monster is not only a thrilling story but also a tragedy. Why did we talk about him? We should have done the prop. Okay, but fine anyway. But I also like Eva.
Woof, Eva. I want to punch her in her face and kiss her at the same time.
Yeah, true. Very true. So true.
Urasawa is great building female characters.
Yeah.
He's like probably the best mangaka out there writing female characters. They are strong, that know what to do, and are not afraid of being bad or wrong. I like the villains, the bad girls, more than the... We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Johan's sister is great, but Eva, oh my God.
Actually, because I think you already read his Happy and Yawara, right? And in both of these works and the Monster, there are some female villains who are so bad, honestly, so bad. But they are still so charming and so complicated. Like Eva in the very, very beginning. I think in the first chapter of Monster, and she say, "Oh, everyone is not equal." And in that moment, I remember I hated her, and I thought I won't like her at all. However, I still can't say I love her. You can see how lonely she is and how bad she is, the worse she is and the poor she is. And you just feel like, oh, okay, I know you are bad, but I know that's why some people are still attracted by you. And but okay, fine, anyway. Yeah, Martin. Martin!
He's alive. He has a lot of kids with Eva. They're having their best married life. He's alive. It's okay. I know. He's alive. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is alive. That's fine.
Maybe you didn't read that chapter, but I promise it. He's alive.
Yeah. And also, in May, by the end of May. Okay, I hope I can release this episode by the end of May. I hope so. I'm going traveling in Iceland by the end of May. I hope I can release this episode by then. And I remember when I booked my flight and transfer in Frankfurt. So I want to do the pilgrimage for the Eva they want to escape in the Frankfurt train station, and so I'm going there, and I hope one day, and then if we can manage our finance, probably we can go for a road trip, start from Düsseldorf and then Heidelberg and then to Munich and then to Prague. And then we need to take a picture the same along this road. Okay, this is a dream, and I have never expected that I would see Urasawa Naoki sensei, in person, but the dream come true. So I believe this dream can come true. Okay, and so I think there are so many things that we can talk about Urasawa Naoki sensei's works, and I just wonder if any how the kind of the storytelling things, what the kind of his pattern or the tricks, or that's how he as a narrator and how he amazed you, or that's something that you want to learn from his works.
Yeah, there are many things to highlight right here. Damn, I think I especially like when he doesn't tell stories in a chronological way, you know, when he's especially in 20th Century Boys, he's jumping from way to another, so you don't actually know what's happening. Yeah, like a time machine. It's really interesting because he plays with what you know as a reader. I like playing detective with him. I like to be part of the team that is trying to discover who the hell is friend. I want to know it too, and I like that he's giving me information this way, so I can play detective. I like thriller. I love thrillers. So probably that's the thing I like the most. I love the most about him. Maybe in Asadora, the new manga, he doesn't do that. But I still like it. It doesn't have those jumps from the future and the past.
Necessary, but it's just like a one thing how he did in 20th Century Boys. I think mainly in 20th Century Boys.
Yeah, mostly. In Monster, he only do that when he jumps in flashbacks to explain Johann's plot.
And Anna's mom.
Yeah, because I spend all the time reading and wondering why is Johann doing this? What happened to him? We get our answers at the end of the manga, right? What with the conversation Tenma had with his mother. So yeah, I think the thing I like the most that made me think this is a masterpiece is this special way to give information to you. It's pretty difficult actually. So because you don't want to spoil anything, but you don't want to bore your readers, right? It's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, and also I'm also like very surprised by how he described. I won't say fragile, but I don't know how to say it. You know how human beings reshape our memory, and sometimes we reshape our memory due to our emotion, like when you feel guilty. So what in your mind and what you remember in your childhood, what you did was wrong or like was a bad thing. But when someone else, try to restore that memory, and they say, no, you didn't do this, you did a really good thing, and even you were scared, but you still did another way to get the revenge or to do something good to your friend. It's different, but actually someone was like very guilty at the moment, so he changed his memory. And I think that's a really interesting thing, is that sometimes we think, oh, I remember something, so it's your fault, or it's my fault, or it's someone's fault, or probably nothing about the bad, nothing for fault, but it's just like we remember the different thing. But a human being can reshape the memory by themselves. So the memory, human beings' memory, is very unstable. So I think that's a really good thing, and it's a bad thing. But it's also a good thing, because we can understand that sometimes you have a really good memory. But it's on a good way. But there are still some on the bad way. So I think it's a really interesting thing, because like in Monster, Anna and Johann. Oh, okay. I need to explain. Johann is the Spanish way to pronounce John and Johann. So if you read Johann, so that's why when I was young, I was very confused, because John sounds not Johann, but if in Spanish we can understand it's Johann. So I don't know why we get the pronunciation from like kind of Spanish, like I think the Latin way, but we still get I think we get the English name. So when we say John, and we will say, oh, my name is Johann, but I don't know why. So that's the one thing. So I think if we have read all of the story of Monster, and you can see how their memory are changed as well, and when they grow up, and due to the tragic background and their tragic experience, and also in Pluto, it's also move on to the AI to robot. If the robot has a soul, if they have a memory, and if they can delete their memory, and because the memory might cause some chaos, and which will like stop them from working. The memory topic goes to the different way. I think it's a very interesting because the Urasawa Naoki sensei tried to explore the possibility of memory and the reshape of memory from the different topic, from the different core of different story, but it still like delve into the kind of an interesting thing. Sorry, just a bit too much.
No, I'm saying best. Please keep talking. I love what you're saying. Please.
Well, no, it's just like what when I finished all of the three. I think I sometimes I say like how to say the symphony. Yeah, I think symphony, right? Or symphony. I think it's like a kind of the three chapter of the music. And I sometimes for myself I just say, oh, it's like a symphony. And even they are talking about the different story. One is in Europe and the other one is in Japan, and the remaining one is happening in is an adoption from the Tezuka Osamu, from the other work. So, but they are sometimes they have something in common. They have something shared. So that's what I feel like. Wow, it's so interesting. I don't want to bother you too late, but okay, we nearly finished all of the questions. But I also want to pop to the question about the villains, the bad guys. I think it's a really interesting question because most people think, oh, it's like the opposing side on the spectrum, so you need to fight for the bad guys. But I think Urasawa Naoki sensei make the villains more, I don't know, more human, right? You think so, do you?
Yeah, because, I mean, they are humans.
Yeah, true.
They are humans. Yeah. I was thinking about this when you posed me the questions, because I really empathize with Friend a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he was my favorite character, actually, the villain this time. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Johan, for example. Yeah, you can be my friend.
Yeah,
give me 5. Yeah. Tomodachi.
Yeah.
Amigo.
Yeah.
Amigo. In Spanish, it's called amigo. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think I was so sorry for him because I felt like he was a ghost in his own life, and I could empathize with that. I felt that way when I was a child,
Oh.
I couldn't but understand what he was happening. I know he was just wanting to be loved by people, and he didn't know how to do that. So he became, I don't think calling him a bad person is fair. He was just a human being, as you said, with a need that it was just being loved, similar to Johan, actually. Johan just wanted not maybe friends, but a family.
Yeah, anonymous, and he said, I don't have a name, and then I know.
It's like they didn't have an identity. Yeah, so I couldn't never hate them. I understand them a lot. Maybe that's the reason people love his villain, Urasawa's villain. I don't know what you think about this topic.
Yeah, that's why I also wonder, because as I mentioned before, like Eva, right, and some female character, they look so villains and they look so bad, but they are so attractive. But if we go back to like the friends, right, the friends and Johan, sometimes I feel like they are human, because I also have like similar. I also have something shared. I empathize their feelings, and like friends, when I was young, I didn't mind that someone ignored me, but I can understand that if I was ignored by everyone, the identity will be like very worsening and going so worse, and then probably I will. Just some, like, I don't know how to say it, just like something we will just go out of our mind and then become a very bad guy. I don't mean that it's okay to be a cult. Right? We are not saying that, but it's also, it's also understandable that if you are not seeing as a human. And also, I think the villain thing is interesting. The interesting villain in 20th Century Boys is that Kenji might be the true villain. Yeah. And because you can see, everyone see him as a hero, but he know what he did and what he did to friend that moment, and that's the guilty. And so he keep this in mind. So everyone, I think it's a very. Someone say that this ending is not good because they don't know who the friend is and who Kenji is talking, what Kenji is talking about. But I feel so related because Kenji, this is a guilty, and the guilty might change your mind. And so when everyone says, oh, you are a hero, and I think the comparison in your mind is very significant, and you will feel more empty. You will feel like more guilty. So I think that's a really interesting because the one you think is a villain, the boss of the villain, might be the victim. And however, the one you think is a hero might be the true villain. So that's what I feel like interesting. And like in Monster, it's the same. Yeah. We think like, oh, Tema is doing the good things and Johan is doing the bad thing. But when we go back and then we review all of what they experienced, and probably no, they are not they are still doing the wrong thing. They are doing bad, but they still have some reason why and some tragedy which was caused by so many adults, not the children. So I just think, wow, it's a really so that's why I feel like, oh, they are human. They are not just a bad thing. Not bad thing, the bad guys. And it's just like, protagonist need both, need a villain, need a opposite character, and so that's why we made them. No, everything has a reason. So that's what I feel. Yeah. So but I don't want to talk too much because it's just a rough. I hope it's a rough.
I love hearing all of this. Please keep talking.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I feel. But I think we have a different feeling. But I think something we also feel the same, the similar things. So okay, let's go back to yourself. It's okay.
What did you want to know?
As a mangaka, can I say you mangaka? Because it's your comic books is not kind of manga, no, right? Yeah. So okay. Do you want to share like something as a comic book artist and how you create and how you go through your daily life? Well, it's hard. It is okay, or that it is very popular that you Spanish want to be an artist.
No, it's not a typical thing. People want to be here an artist. No. People don't appreciate art here. Maybe in French people appreciate art more than here. Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to be an artist in general, not only a mangaka. Or comic artists in general is pretty difficult here in Spain. But at the same time, I feel like this is the best moment to be a mangaka here in Spain. If you want to try to be a mangaka here in Spain, this is the best moment.
You mean mangaka, not a comic book?
Yeah. Both are pretty complicated, but maybe it's because I have friends that are mangaka and I can see it directly, we have here like a tiny version of the Shonen Jump, a Spanish magazine called Planeta Manga. And a lot of mangakas can publish their own stories there. And a year ago, we started a European magazine with French, Italian people, and German people, and Spanish people publishing their own manga. So you can now publish in Spanish, but also in those places. So it's easier. Yeah, it's just 1 year ago that they started. So we didn't have this when we were like 18 years old. It is completely new. So it's hard, but it's easier than yesterday, you know. But yeah, you don't actually have to be a mangaka to in this kind of magazines to publish. You can publish yourself, you know. That's my plan, actually. I don't want to be involved with all those problems people have when they have to publish and the payments are not good. It's better to publish with Japanese people or French people than here in Spain. I just want to draw, in my personal case. I don't care if it's my job or my hobby. It's my spirit. I don't care if I'm working in any other thing. I just want to draw it.
It's just like a value of the like artist, right? Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's hippie, que decimos en España. It's weird, but it's not the common case. My case, probably other people like Konata may have. I wish you could do an interview with her. If people is listening to me right now, please check an Spanish mangaka called Konata on Instagram. She's she's gonna be a great artist, a big artist. I know she's gonna be. She's great.
I also want to share about the information because what Julia mentioned, Konata, this artist, and she has some like collaboration with Bai Bingou, who made the 魔法帽子工作室. I don't know how to. Yeah, I mean who collaborate with the mangaka and Kamame. Kamame. Okay, sorry because I usually we read their name in Chinese, but actually Bai Bingou, I think Bai Bingou is very appreciate Konata's drawing and everything because he say he really want to know her. I think in Barcelona or like after Barcelona. During the Barcelona manga Barcelona. Yeah. So I think it's a really good appreciation, and I hope. Actually, his drawing is very amazing and very beautiful. And he also collaborate with other writers in Japan and to publish some comic books, some manga in Japan. So I hope probably if one day Taiwan would import and then publish her works as well. So, but actually his drawing, his works looks really amazing because I also followed her Instagram and it looks nice. And also some publisher in Japan also collaborate with some Taiwanese mangaka as well. And also they do the writer or they adopt the novels. Yeah, and to the manga. So actually they also collaborate with some Taiwanese mangaka as well. But I think it's also a one way that you can explore more mangaka or more comics artists. So I think a good thing. But I think it's a really hard time because it's not only Spanish artists, but also Taiwanese artists also are like have been very struggling with making a living by their drawing. So it's hard. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a difficult time right now for artists since artificial intelligence is out now and the economy in the world is yeah, it's pretty difficult. But we gotta see what's gonna happen. Every day everything changes, so who knows what's gonna happen. Just keep working. I feel so bad for the younger kids who wants to be an artist, and I think it's a pretty rough moment for them to be an artist. But just keep doing it. If you love it, keep doing it. Yeah.
Taiwanese artists, comics artists, try to find a different way to make living. Some of them try to do the social media very well, and they try to promote their works, and adopt and release the copyright of adoption, like to the musicals and or like some like videos, series as well. And some of them try to get the funding, the sponsorship from government, and or some of them just don't make a living by it. So I don't know. It's very hard for everyone, but I respect anyone who want to make or who want to create their own work. I just think, I don't know, because
it's difficult because most people I know who studied fine arts with me were saying they wanted to make a living out of art. But you know what? When you are working for a project, a video game, for example, my boyfriend works in video game industry. He stopped drawing for himself. So
he's sick of drawing.
Exactly. So when you become a professional artist, not all the cases, you maybe your own personal market
motivation.
Exactly. Yeah. But when you're working, for example, for movies, and you are a concept artist, you're not doing your art. You're working for someone else, so you don't feel complete. Some people say they want to be an artist for themselves, so they want to have the normal job and then in their spare time have their own drawing. I think it's perfectly normal. You don't have to be a musician if you like music. I sing in the shower, and I don't have the idea of being a singer. I just like to sing. I like to dance, but I don't have to be a dancer. It's okay just to be drawing in your spare time. You don't have to have it like your main job. You can do whatever you want as long as you're having fun.
So I hope everyone is fine. Yeah. And I think this is a really nice talk with you.
I always have a great time when I'm with you. Seriously, I wish we could be in the same country or something like that.
I really hope I can, come to Oviedo next time and you are still here, because I really like this city. And true, I really mean it. It's a really cozy and beautiful and comfortable city. I don't know why, because actually Julia told me usually it's not sunny all the time. But however, since I landed here, and not landed, okay, I come here by bus, and since I arrived here, and I realized, wow, every day the weather is so amazing. So probably it's just my hallucination, because I just come here for 3 days. But I'm so happy to see you here, and I enjoyed everything, the food, the church, and the beautiful street, and everything here in Oviedo. And I hope next time I can do the pilgrimage, the Camino de San Diego. Yeah, and Oviedo is one of the spot of the pilgrimage of Northern Way. So, and it's said this route is the most beautiful and the most delicious route. So I think that's it. So I want to do the most popular one. I think it's a French route. There is a main route for the most people, so more resources on that route, and very popular. But I want to do the Northern Way, so I will come Oviedo next time. Yeah, and anything you want to say to my listeners?
Thank you so much for listening. If you didn't read any of Urasawa manga, please do it. Thank you so much for listening, for supporting this podcast. Thank you so much, for having me here and having a space for Spanish people to talk about their vision of art. No, it's nice to share things with other countries. My grandfather couldn't have this, so it's nice we can have this. It's nice younger people will be able to have this and connect. Yeah, it's a great thing to have this. So I hope you had a great time here in Oviedo, and you're welcome anytime, any moment. I wish you will have one day a moment to do the Camino de Santiago. I think it will be a great experience. Maybe it will be difficult. I mean, a lot of days walking along with your thoughts and thinking about, I didn't marry Urasawa. Oh no, why I didn't for a lot of days. Oh, we are here already.
Why am I here? I didn't marry Urasawa Naoki. Why am I here? Why should I be here?
Maybe, who knows? Maybe one day. We don't know what's going to happen.
One day what?
I don't know. Maybe the divorce is... No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Unless...
I will release this one. I will share this link of this episode to your boyfriend.
It's okay. He knows perfectly well what's happening.
Okay, yeah, you have a good boyfriend. Okay, I think this is the end of this episode, and thank you for listening. And actually, it's my first time to say this in English, but I'm so happy, and that I think that's it. And I hope I can release this episode by the end of May, and because I'm saying this now, so I hope it can be my motivation to do it by the end of May. Okay, so I think that's it, and thank you, Julia, to be here. Thank you for letting me to have you here, and I hope, what can I say? I hope we can have like next time we can have the other talk, or probably we can do like some more, we can do more research and to talk about that more about in Urasawa Naoki Sensei's works, and probably I think it will be a really interesting international episode. And also, I also highly recommend you to do a podcast yourself. I think it will be a really good idea.
Maybe our listeners could write some questions for the next time we met.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think probably I can also ask my listener to do it. Or yeah, okay. Let me think about it, and let me manage the trip in Iceland first. And I still have some like a lot of things, and because I'm buying a property, so it's oh my god, it's so difficult and busy period for me. Okay, so that's it. And 好，那总之呢，这一集节目就到这里告一段落。所以如果有任何想要问任何事情的，那就欢迎来问我。然后就是我也会把互利亚的各种就是连结，然后放在我们的节目上面。那就这样子，希望大家听的现在讲中文应该可以了吧？大家听了1个小时英文可以吗？希望大家喜欢好，我不知道还会有下一集，但我希望未来有机会我们还可以再找狐狸啊。I say I really hope that we can have you next time to have the international episode if possible. Yeah, but I know everyone has a rough time, so let's just go through our period first, this period, and then afterwards.Tomorrow will be a good day in Spanish.
Mañana será un buen día.
OK， 好了，就是这样啦，大家我们下次再见喽，大家拜拜。